Hey folks, my name is Ravish and welcome back to another video in this series of DevOps interviews. Now, I have a profile with me today and this person is having around 12 years of IT experience and 1.5 years of experience, nearly close to 2 years of experience in DevOps and nearly close to 2 years of experience in cloud. Alright, so I'll be dividing this interview into 5 parts. I'll be starting from the roles and responsibilities, the tools and technologies, and checking the communication skills, whether this person have it good or not. That's the first thing that I judge on. And after that, I'll be starting the whole like 15-20 minutes good time interview on Git, knowing the basics of Git. What will you do? A few scenario based question on that. That would be the second thing. In the part 2, I'll be asking about the Ansible. I'll be spending around 6 to 8 minutes in the Ansible talking about the questions because the profile suggested that these are the technologies that he has worked upon. After that, I'll be talking about Cloudfront for around 5 to 6 minutes because he has worked on it. So questions based on that and a bit of scenario based question. In the fourth part, I'll be talking about the Fargate, the ECS and a bit on EC2. In that, a moment for around AWS 5 to 6 minutes of total and a moment for AWS code build and stuff like how he actually does his CI/CD. And I'll end the interview at Terraform and with around 5 to 10 minutes for that. And so just wanted to say that in this interview you might find a bit of noise at the background because it's a celebration month and this person is having some celebration at home, so a bit of noise could be there, so please don't mind that. And the internet got interrupted and the person had to quit the call, so that was happened at the end. Okay, so that's one thing. All right, so this would be the whole interview for today, and I would like to request again that if you're new over here and seeing me for the first time, my name is Ravish and I create content for DevOps and cloud related stuff. Kindly subscribe to the channel because it really motivates me to create more content like this. So without further ado, let's get started. What is the total years of experience in IT?
Total IT total experience is more than 12 years.
More than 12 years. Okay. And in DevOps, you said 1.5 years, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And in cloud?
Yeah, cloud also more than 2 years.
Okay.
AWS and others cloud. I
Okay.
know.
Okay. 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 So, can you just walk me through the daily roles and responsibilities?
Yeah, here I have to work with a Australian and Canadian client. So basically, it's also work with outsourcing, as outsourcing organizations with along with his own work. So I am work organization. Its name is SIDA. So I have to create here. I am also creating all of the infrastructures with Terraform. So currently all infrastructure is CI/CD and others pipelining is going through AWS environment, totally managed environment, and is mainly maintained by Terraform. And all of this I am doing here.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the total team size?
DevOps is I am a single person here as a DevOps engineer. So, and I am and my CTO, who is also about the DevOps. So, both of us are doing this type of work actually.
Okay. Okay. So, can you just walk me through the tools and technologies that you work on a daily basis?
Yeah, yeah. I am last 2 months. Recently, I have joined in this organization. So before this, I am working. I was working in a health organization. So there, I was working Kubernetes, Terraform, CI/CD tools like Jenkins and GitLab CI. Here, I am doing Bitbucket and GitHub. So I know Terraform well. I know Kubernetes. I know Helm, package manager, and Docker. Basic all the things. What we need actually. Ansible.
Okay. 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 We'll start from the ones that you have written in your in your resume. So I can see that AWS, Ansible, Cloudfront, Docker, Fargate, Jenkins, Git. These are all the things that you have already worked on, and you have said that Kubernetes and Terraform you have worked upon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start from the Git. Okay, so what is the difference between Git fetch and Git merge?
Git fetch and Git merge.
Yes.
Git fetch is just pulling the repo, and Git merge is uh, when a code is already exists and you want to merge it from the staging or devs to masters or devs to staging, then we have to merge it. And here is some conditions also, whether you want to uh, take permission from others. Without his permission you can merge, but fetch you can fetch it if you have the permission just.
Okay. Okay. So consider a scenario that in your local system you have cloned a repository. Okay.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
done the changes, and as soon as you are trying to push the changes, it is saying that your username and your email is not correct. So how do you fix this issue?
So I have to just I have to log in with a global user. I can use it a global user and email address to log in. I can actually from the command line I can use the log in as a global user.
How will you configure it?
Okay, git configure. Let me just remind it. Git global user, then git password. This type of command actually.
Username or password?
Username, first username, then password. And recently most of the source code is using personal token. So instead of personal password, we have to use the personal token with password command actually.
Okay, what is personal token?
PAT, personal access token.
Okay, and how do you get it?
PH.
And from where do you get it?
Yeah, I can get it from the settings of the repositories. I can create a password token with a name. Then during the clone, I have to use it.
Okay, okay. So there is something known as head in Git. Can you explain me what exactly is head?
It, Git head.
Head,
Hello?
Head.
Uh, Head means the commit you have first when you use a master repository, there is a hash. So if you push anything, so there is a head with the attached with this commit hash. So if you push anything, so this head is merged with this commit. Probably I can't explain well.
Okay, you can tell me the
The
usage. If you cannot explain, you can tell me the usage of it.
hard reset.
What is reset? Okay, I'll give you a
This is
scenario.
happening.
I'll give you a scenario. So if you have to uncommit the last, let's say, 3 commits without losing the changes,
Okay.
what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to reset with the hash commit. I have to use the hard reset to git reset command and
Mm-hmm.
provide the head where I
Okay.
have to go from this the hash to this hash. I have to told with this command.
Okay. Okay. And if I so let's say I have a command git diff head tilde 3. What does that supposed to mean?
Okay. Git tilde. Please
No, no. I'll repeat.
please
I'll
tell it
repeat.
again.
I'll repeat. Git diff
Okay.
head tilde 3.
get dev head tilde 3.
Huh. What is the meaning of this?
Get oh,
Okay, no problem. It's basically to look into the changes made in the last three commits that you want. No problem.
oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you work with a lot of people, even if you are a dev, tester, or a DevOps, you
Hmm.
must have faced this conflict, right? Like merge conflict or something.
Uh, Face conflict,
Yeah.
rare case. Yeah, I have faced it, but a long time ago. Okay,
Okay, no
no
problem.
problem.
So can you explain me what exactly is conflict and how and why does it occur?
Oh, sorry, how?
What exactly is a conflict?
Okay, conflict is when a developer or anyone push any code in source code. So someone is writing, another one is writing more code and try to merge with the previous one, but some lines or some code is already exist. So this type of code is showing when you try to push it to that repository, then it appeared this type of warning. So already exist or conflicting the previous one.
Okay, and how do you resolve it?
Conflict. Okay, so I have to, the first step is I have to pull first, then I have to merge it. Actually, this is the standard.
Have you heard about
Without,
Git stash or something?
yeah, git stash.
So what exactly
Git
is a
stash.
Git stash?
Git stash is it, git stash means you just staging. You keep all records to staging actually, not in your current working directory.
Okay, any other way to resolve a conflict?
You can reset your you can reset it with a head. Previously you asked about this reset and pull it again.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, okay. So what does Git status do?
Git status means all of the record and current working directory conditions you can show with this command.
Okay, so many a times when we do Git status, it is no something is known as untracked, and some what is that supposed to mean? Untracked.
Means you can't add all of these files to the repository git add. After that git add you have to commit it and push it to the repo.
Okay,
Without that, okay, you can track. Git add means you add all the files.
okay, okay. Hmm. So what are the branching strategies that you folks use in your system?
Branching strategies I am using staging, dev staging, and masters environments. So when just now I'm using Git Bitbucket and AWS build. AWS, so code build is using and code pipelining. So there I am using the just it's a very manageable. So I'm using a code stack connector. And previously when I'm using GitHub Action or any other things, then I have to use the GitHub runner. And I told there this branch is using with the dev or staging. I mentioned that when anything is pushed, then it send a notification to the code build or code commit. So then it's run another runner and it's deployed. Code build is deployed there.
Okay. What is the difference between Git and GitHub?
Git is just GitHub is all of our Git actually. Git means it's like a service. Git means a service, but GitHub is a organization who is using provide this Git service.
Okay, anything else?
Mm, so all version control system is almost same. GitHub has also GitHub using the cloud, probably cloud based hosting service and the services.
Okay.
Git and there is a difference actually. Git is a service and GitHub is using for source code management. There's I think there is no difference basically. Git is a service and GitHub using this type of service and provide this type of service.
Okay, so basically both of them are same thing or different?
Both of them basically same.
Same. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever come across?
One thing is Git can install locally. You can use it local. You can install it locally probably, and GitHub can host it in cloud probably. I'm not sure, but probably this is the difference. Can be difference.
Okay, no problem. Have you ever come across Git rebase? And can you explain me a situation, a real-time scenario in which you have used Git rebase?
Git rebase.
Yeah.
I didn't work with rebase, but I can. No, I didn't face this type of issue actually.
Okay. Can you explain me what exactly a Git rebase then, if you have never faced it?
Rebasing.
Yeah. What exactly is it?
Moving or combining a sequence of commits to a new base commit.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Let's say let's consider a scenario. Okay. So how would you recover any branch that is already pushed changes to the central repository? Okay. So for example, you have a laptop, you have pushed the branch to the central repository, but somehow you deleted it from every member's local laptops. How can you recover it?
Well, I'm using cloud, right?
You can use anything. How can you
So
recover?
it's already pulled to the it's deleted, but all code is already pushed to the repository. So I can download it to Git pull. I can use it clone again.
Okay. Have you ever heard about concept of reference logs or ref logs? Heard about it?
No.
Okay. Okay. No
Sorry,
problem.
just give me a second.
Yeah,
There
sure.
is a noise.
Okay. So let's move on to Ansible. You're cool with Ansible, right?
I work with Ansible, but I am not so expert. I worked before previous organization. I worked with configure management with Ansible, some of the configurations. So I have
Okay.
knowledge on it,
Okay.
but
So
not so knowledge.
if you can explain me what exactly you have done in Ansible, then it would be great.
Okay, Ansible when server we have some server like Nginx and Nginx type or any other services. So we have to configure all of the Nginx and push it to the servers. So this type of configure I am actually using.
Okay.
Just
So
configuration management, server configuration actually.
okay. So when we say that Ansible is configuration management tool, what do we actually mean?
Configuration management tools means you don't use it to you have to use it just configure a machine, not the infrastructure actually. You can use it to configure just the software or firewall or any types of things except infrastructure.
Okay. What do you understand by Ansible tasks?
Ansible task means Ansible task means you have to write some command. After that, this sequence is running inside that machine, so you have to put inside the task.
Can you give an example of it? Like how do we do
Right,
it?
like you want to start the Nginx, you want to start the Nginx server, so you can write inside a task and put the command inside the task directly, or you can use it the playbook to run the command.
Okay, okay. Um, is it pull based or push based?
Ansible,
Yes.
Ansible push based.
What is push based and pull based? What's the difference between
Pull,
both of them?
pull based means you have to pull based means you just pull it from the configuration, like a repo. You have already using a repo and you need anything like AWS. You can think about a AWS code build that's using just when anything push in the Git repository, then is trying to pull the updated configuration. So it is actually a pool that you can take from the what I'm saying that all the time the machine itself trying to pull all of the services. This is the pull based, and when anything is try to push inside the server, then it is push based actually.
Okay, okay. So, did you used to write playbooks for that?
Yeah,
Okay, so were you writing in JSON or YAML?
YAML.
YAML. Okay. So if I have to, let's say, consider a scenario in which I have one master server and we have 100 agents. Okay, and I have to change the password for a user in all of these 100 agents. How will you do it?
100 again password change, right.
No, I want you to create a playbook for it. Explain me from scratch. How will you do it?
Hmm. Okay. First of all, you just have to configure the Ansible, and inside the playbook, you have to just okay. Mm, how can I explain? Best practices. I have to use role. I have to use role for all of the missions. So I have just call these rows inside the playbook, and I told that this role is used for the change password, and I have to use this command inside this task. The password change command with the Linux command, and pass it through the Ansible with the playbook task, and best practice using role to pass this command actually.
Okay, and it will be installed in. How do you know that it is installed in every VM or an agent? How can we show sure?
Terraform, sorry, Ansible, after completion the task, Terraform will provide you acknowledge this task is done, completed, all task is completed.
Okay. What do you understand by Ansible modules?
Ansible module, oh, sorry, I forgot Ansible
There is
module.
something known as core modules. There is something known as custom or extra modules. Any idea about that? Hello, any idea about that?
Mm,
If you don't know,
actually,
that's not an issue. That's
I
not an
didn't
issue.
work with Ansible module actually.
Okay, no problem. We'll move to Cloudfront. I can see that you have written in your resume that Cloudfront you have worked on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what is the basic purpose of Cloudfront? Why do we use it?
Okay. CloudFront is when you want to use the caching services, like users, when users is using any websites, then they're trying to all time they're trying to using the services, like when I using Facebook, my profile and my information, my friends information is already in cache. We can provide the caching time in CloudFront, and also we can provide the geolocation services with these services. So it's easy to uh, the users of that region to that website you easily with these caching services actually.
Okay.
Cache retention actually.
Okay, so if I want to get higher performance in our application by using CloudFront, okay,
Yeah,
so what
yeah,
are the
yeah.
techniques that is used by CloudFront to get the higher performance for the application?
To get higher performance, we have to use the retention policy, cache validation policy.
Okay, caching is something that you have already explained. What are the other ones?
Uh, Other one. Mm,
Have you ever heard about persistent connections or something?
Persistent.
Persistent connections, yes.
Persistent connections. No,
Okay, so basically
no.
CloudFront keeps persistent connection with the main server to fetch the content that is there in a quick manner. So this is just another way. Anyway, no problem. Okay, so
Thank you.
have you heard about regional edge cache in CloudFront?
Regional is cache. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Can
know.
can you explain me the mechanism behind it? What exactly happens?
Like as you want to, your client is in UK or in Sydney, so you have to provide this edge base. That means you provide the region. You have to route this, or you have to provide the edge in Sydney base that the user of Sydney can use it smoothly or fast, very fast.
Okay. Okay. So what exactly improves the performance for serving the content to the users in CloudFront? How is it happening?
Latency, yeah, latency will be so much big because the this region directly working with the Sydney region. So the user of Sydney is use this server nearly, so its latency will be low because the distance is near.
Okay. 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 Um, have you ever configured any kind of event in CloudFront?
CloudFront event.
Yeah.
I just CloudFront for CloudFront. I just serve a static website, just nothing else with CloudFront.
Okay.
It is three actually.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Have you heard about geo targeting in CloudFront?
Geo targeting means you told about the what is that load balancer?
Okay.
Load balancer you targeting. So with this is it's a way to serving using the geolocation based target. Actually, you can use it with serve the specific region user with this load balancing system. Actually,
Okay. Okay. So in your resume you have written Fargate, right?
Fargate, right?
Yeah.
ECS Fargate. I'm using
Yeah. So what exactly is ECS? Amazon ECS?
Elastic Container Services.
And
So you have to write a file to push inside container registry and ECS service using the Docker images to run the task.
Okay. Okay. So what are the two services that ECS provides us?
Two services means, could you please explain? Two services means, what are two services?
I mean,
Uh,
it provides us with Fargate, and what is the other one?
okay.
Options, you can say. If not services, options.
EC2.
Okay. When should I use Fargate and when should I use EC2?
Fargate is serverless and is maintained by the AWS, and EC2 is maintained by ourselves.
No, can you give me a situation in which I should use an EC2 instance and a situation in which I should use a Fargate?
Okay. So I want to keep all things like I have to use a I have to run a web services, and I have to manage it by myself. Then I have to use definitely EC2. And if I think no need to manage our services, it's maintained by the AWS, then definitely I have to left it to the AWS organizations.
Okay, which of them is a higher cost, Fargate or EC2?
EC2. If I
Okay.
EC2 is much more costlier. It depends on your expectation. If you want to use the reserve service, then uh, is you have to pay on kinds of cost. And if you use the probably you can use if you want to export instance, then it decrease your price, but it's definitely have some bad effect. So it depends on your infrastructure, what you need actually.
Okay. 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 Can you explain me like the concept of how AWS Fargate actually works?
Okay, it's basically it's run EC2 instances against this Fargate actually.
No, sorry. Sorry, I didn't get you.
Actually, AWS, when I take any Fargate instances, then it definitely uses the EC2 instances automatically.
No, no, I'm asking how does AWS Fargate actually work? Like, what is the first step, second step, third step, fourth step? What actually happens?
The Fargate, or right?
Yeah, Fargate.
Mm, Fargate. Fargate is. Sorry, I can't explain. I have to check.
Okay, no problem. So, what are the application that you are running on Fargate? Like, what exactly you are doing so that you needed AWS Fargate?
Mainly, I run here a standalone task. After the completion of the task, is automatically stopped, and I just now I am using DBT pipeline. Actually, I'm using this with a DBT pipeline. When I have a Snowflake server, Snowflake database. So Snowflake is pushed when any user trying to log in our websites, then it's push the user ID to the SQS service, and SQS push it to Lambda service, and Lambda service is running a ECS task, and conversion the users details and send this to the users. Sorry, not users, another services actually. This type of work is now I'm working here with DBT tool actually, database pipelining.
Okay, okay. So, what kind of CI/CD that you folks use?
Just now I'm using AWS code build.
Okay, can you just walk me through the pipeline that you folks are doing and the application type? What is exactly is happening step by step?
Sorry, can I explain? Repeat it again.
I want to know your CI/CD pipeline. whatever you are doing, whatever you are building, step by step, like what exactly is happening?
Okay. Yeah, I'm using three steps. First step is if any code is pushed to the Bitbucket or Git repository, then code stack connector is code stack connection send a notification. You get the notification from the Bitbucket and it's full build actually. Then the code build is full it and run three steps. First it's full, then it build, and after that it deploy to the server. So I'm using a I have a beanstalk server to deploy all of the services. Three step actually.
And what type of application is it?
Okay, it's a some two or three services. Both of them are different actually. It's a service for maintaining actually connected to the database, the Snowflake services. There is a service like Snowflake adapter and services no web server actually here or the background services.
Oh, no. I'm trying to understand what your application do. What will it do? Like, is it a web-based application? It's a desktop application? What is the actual function of this application that you folks are building?
Okay, it's not a web based actually. It's just background microservices and it's private actually.
Okay.
You can't access it actually. No one is access it. You just
Okay, so you are building microservices. That's what you are trying to say?
yeah, just beanstalk and there are services using engines actually, but it's not public accessible actually.
Okay. Okay. So, these microservices that you folks are building might be serving to some other application, right? Someone else is using it. So, can you
Yeah,
explain me that,
yeah,
like what
using
exactly is using it?
okay. It's another the web services is using for the is user login purpose. The user who this name is actually SIGA login. So the user main purpose of the website is collect all the information like AdSense, Google AdSense, Facebook AdSense, all of the AdSense. You are a owner of any of the AdSense, and you want to collect the revenue or use all of the uh, users of your ad and how many people are currently using all of this. You can get within a single platform like LinkedIn, Facebook, and other. All of the data of this AdSense is collected with these services, and you can represent it and it represented as a dashboard. And as a user, when you log in, you can see all of your services, AdSense, current condition, and its revenue of the current revenue from the services.
Okay. So, for IaaC, you are using Terraform, right?
Right.
Okay, can you just walk me through like what exactly you folks are building using Terraform?
Okay. For Terraform, here I am using the all base stock services, my code pipeline, uh, code build, code stack connector, all of my IAM policies, uh, IAM policies, then ECS and ECS task or ECS task Lambda, um, security group, VPC, and API. This type of all of this written with the Terraform.
Okay. So, what is the version of Terraform that you folks are using?
Terraform actually currently I am using two versions. I didn't migrate all of the versions actually 0.15.0 and 1.2.5. Combinedly, I'm working with this. I'm using TF switch to switch the working environment actually, version environment actually.
Okay. Apart from Terraform, have you heard about any other IaaC tool?
I see actually Terraform. Now currently Terraform is the best because when you use CloudFormation, it's only using for the AWS or actually it's idempotent. So I am trying to use Terraform. I have a little bit knowledge on uh,
Okay.
AWS CloudFormation actually, but
Okay.
I don't want to use it.
No problem. If you have used Terraform, Terraform is quite platform agnostic, so people generally
Yeah.
prefer it. No problem. Okay. What do you understand by data sources in Terraform?
Yeah, data sources means you can get data which already exists in the cloud, or you keep your TF state inside a bucket, so you can pull it with the data
Can you
sources.
give me an example of it? How I can use it?
Like you have already set up a VPC in your organization. So currently you need the VPC ID in another services. So you can use the data. You can use this data to to take all of this information that already out using as an output of the services.
Okay. Okay. So there is a concept of template file in data source.
Yeah,
What do we
yeah.
understand by that?
A template file means when you want to, like here I'm using also a template file, like for API, REST API. For REST API I am using template file and push all of my JSON code to as a API again, as a API. The template file can push your configuration or push your infrastructure code to the infrastructure or cloud. Like you need I can explain, like you want to push create API, some API with the REST API, so you can use the template file to push it to the API. The template file using actually the send JSON code or configuration to configuration management of that specific services. It can be Lambda, it can be a API. I'm using actually is using it with configure API actually.
Okay, I'll give you a scenario. Let me know if you can answer that. So let's say we have to spin 10 VMs, okay, and all of them are
Okay.
Linux VMs, and we
Okay.
are spinning using Terraform. Okay, now all of those 10 VMs have to have a few installations by default.
Okay.
That should come.
Okay.
Consider a scenario. Let's say we need to have Nginx and we need to have MS SQL. These two application must be installed by default. How will your template file help
Okay.
over here? And how will you club it with your Terraform?
Okay. Um, I will do it if you provide me time, because I didn't do it before, but I can.
No problem. I just want to know your approach. I don't want like 100% thing. That's okay. I just want to know how would you approach this problem. Just your approach.
Okay. So I can using template file where I have to tell about the file name and configuration. All configuration have to put in a nginx a config.d or any other files, and try to put with the nginx provider and configure it to the nginx provider and send it, run the actually nginx here in Terraform registry. Nginx for nginx we will use the nginx server block or nginx provider to use this template file, and it's help us, like we have to run the 10 server. So a single configuration file, I run the single configuration, and I will tell the Terraform to uh, deploy the file to the 10 servers. So it's a single file can configure all of the 10 servers or VMs with a single file. This is the good side of the template file actually.
Okay, so as I told that,
Like Nginx sites enable, so you just write the sites available is the this location and this is the this location. You can write down it with a configuration file, template file.
okay, as I told
And
that all the servers are Linux servers, right? So the format of
yeah,
template file, what will you write? What will you use?
format. Yeah, I can use YAML or I can use the JSON. Probably both of them work here.
Both of them will work.
I think I am not sure, but I think both will work here because it's
Okay,
Linux. Linux
okay,
support YAML and JSON.
okay, no problem, no problem. You might have heard about the concept of state file, right?
Terraform TF state, this type of
State
state
file,
file, yeah.
yes, state file.
Yeah.
When does this state file gets created? At what command?
During init, Terraform init command.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens at Terraform plan?
Terraform plan just take the TF state what you want to. Sorry, Terraform init just pull the plugins and all of the information and Terraform plan. During run Terraform plan, just create a blueprint of TF state and show it what will happen.
And what happens at Terraform apply? Hello? You there? Okay, okay. So yeah, I think I'm done.